sit here with me while I color this in. So I remember that I was coloring in the parts that have some. Oh no, I love this little color. Hopefully it's going to not be stubborn and I am going to be able to sharpen it properly. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So first try, no. Let's see again. Is this gone? Good. Nope. It also fell off. Let's see a third time. Come on, this is a good one. Third one's a charm. Nope. It's still a little bit loose. Let's put it over here. Let's see. How many have I got? 2, 3 so far. Okay, I wonder what I can do with these. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna be good enough. Okay, so as I was saying, oh no, it's not working, guys. Let's see, a fourth time then. Still a little bit blunt. Oh gosh. Fourth. No, this is the fifth. I hate when this happens. I get so many good colors and it just keeps on breaking. Let's see this one. Nope, still very wobbly. I have to take it out. I've lost count at this point. Let's see. This one finally. Okay, as I was saying, I was coloring this in with basically some light here. I wanted to stray a little bit, differently from just the normal white light. And I took this neon yellow instead. I think it's looking pretty nice so far, right? Just makes it look a little bit different. So, you may be familiar with this scene right here. It's when Alice meets the caterpillar, and it doesn't show that part here, but it's basically asking her about who she is. Do you remember? It's saying, "Who are you?" And he draws, well, more like exhales a little "ah" and a "you," I believe, with the smoke coming out of his pipe. I don't know what made me choose this drawing in particular today, but I do believe that, how can I put it? Like what we see in art in any form, I think is shaped by what we're feeling in that moment. Wouldn't you agree? So, I think that today I am seeing something a little bit different maybe than what I would have seen in the past. So when I look at this image today right here, to me it tells a story of, what would I call it? Like cautious curiosity, I would say. cautiously, carefully. It almost seems that she's wanting to reach out for something. Now, in this case, it's the caterpillar, right? I'm not quite sure what the caterpillar, maybe representing here. To me, it's like the unknown. Maybe even like the universe questioning her, who she is. The unknown questioning her, who she is. And even though she's cautious, I don't believe that she's scared at all. She's more curious. Curiouser, right? Now let's see. I think we are going to start coloring in these little mushrooms here. Do you think these are the mushrooms that make her grow tall? Or make her be tiny, tiny, tiny? Could be. Now, as you may have noticed, I'm not particularly sticking to the colors of the film. I did, however, stick to the blue of the caterpillar. But I think I'm going to do some changes with these little mushrooms here. And I'm even thinking about making Alice's dress a whole different color. I don't know if you can tell, but let me see. Let me just fold this over. At the very bottom of Alice's hair, you may notice a very slight touch of green, because I'm thinking of making her hair green, actually. Okay, so going back to what I see. To me here, the caterpillar, if you recall, in the film, he's, I would say, a little bit pushy, a little bit judgmental, short-tempered. But in here, I think he looks a little bit more on the calm side. His body's relaxed. He isn't in I would say, like in an arrogant posture. He's just sitting on his pink glowing mushroom and smoking his pipe and looking at Alice. Probably just him waiting for her to actually say something, or to see what she is going to do. Maybe. I just see him wrapped in his own colors, in his own world. And I think Alice here is basically just trying to understand it. Or maybe she's trying to understand something a little bit deeper. Maybe she's not trying to understand him, but maybe him or he is a part of a reflection of her, a part of something that she is trying to understand about herself. Now, you may notice that on the left hand side of this picture, I'm imagining that there's a yellow or a neon yellow light coming from somewhere. I still haven't made up my mind of what that thing is that is shining that light upon the caterpillar and the bushes in the background. What is this? Like this tall grass next to the mushrooms as well. And you can even see a little hint of that yellow on the left hand side of the mushroom as well. I added a touch of it to the caterpillar's sleeve. Just at the back of it, you may see how the cast is a little bit brighter on that side. Now I'm also imagining that on the right hand side there is something else that is casting a blue shadow. Now I still haven't gotten to shadowing that part yet. I plan to shadow the yellow flowers and the hookah as well. Is that what you call it in English? It sounds like a word that I wouldn't be saying, but I'm not sure. I think it is called like that in English. I can't recall. So I plan on It's very Alice-like, I think. That's what I love most about the scene here. It's not just like some funny caterpillar with his shoes on. You can't see his little shoes here, but on the Disney version, I remember he has tiny shoes on. I can't remember the color of the little shoes though, but they kind of look like those shoes from the Seven Dwarfs and Snow White, I think. It's blending in nicely, isn't it? Look at that. I really like these colors, even though sometimes they do. Some of them kind of fail when you sharpen them, as we already saw with the yellow one. They are super creamy, so they're really good. They're really good for blending. And these ones, even though they're not super cheap, they are on the cheaper side for the, semi-professional colors. So that's good. So when you fully cover the paper with these colors, it kind of resembles what it looks like when you color in with permanent markers. With just markers. I do have some of them, and I would love to make a video showing you those as well, like